Well, good morning. Good morning, good morning, and good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Old Boys Network. Oh, well, at least at the moment. Good morning. Hey, Daisy, nice to see you. It is Wednesday, 4th of August, Aught 21. It is the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. I'm your guy for the day. Glen Henderson here to spend a few minutes with you. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way right off the bat, shall we? And what's on the schedule for today? Well, let's just see. It is the... Oh, by the way, did you know that today, for our friends in Newfoundland, I did pronounce that correctly, Newfoundland and Labrador, it is, holy moly, it is the Royal St. John's Regatta Day in Newfoundland and Labrador. Bet you didn't know that. See? Learn something new every day. So anyhow, what else is on the calendar for today? It is, let's see, what else have we got here? You're in the general session, hospitality suite right after this, and then this evening we shall be spending a bit of time with our man, Professor Adrian Garner. Life and Business Tools, that's at 6 p.m. Eastern. And here's one that'll come as a little bit of good news. I hope, anyway. I'm back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, Networking Magic. Yes, well, we have to do it tonight, you see, because next week I'm going to be out of town. You do recall why I'm going to be out of town and where I'm going to be. Well, that may come up in our conversation today. At any rate, Stefan is here. Good to see you. At least good to see Stefan's steering wheel. Oh, there he is. Nice to see you, my friend. Hello, Reverend Mosley. What's happening, Edward? Good to see you, brother. Kappa Alpha Epsilon, is that what that is? Do I know my Greek? Do I know at least that much Greek? Kappa Alpha Tau? What is that now?
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Kappa Alpha Psi. See, I never studied in Greek class. And you know the other thing? I went to one of these teeny-weeny, tiny little religious colleges up in upstate New York. No fraternities, no sororities. For some reason, that's just not how they rolled. But anyway, Kappa Alpha Psi, and Daisy is here, and the good Lieutenant Colonel Mark Riggle. Glad to have you with us. I've been thinking today about, well, for the last couple of days, about Star Trek. I know, you're shocked. Absolutely. What in the heck? Man, when have you ever mentioned Star Trek before? And what's interesting is that I went all the way back to the beginning. I've been kind of going all the way back to the beginning. Remember the beginning of Star Trek? Do you remember? You remember? Space, the final frontier, right? Edward in Bradford. Hey, that rhymes. Nice to see you, my friend. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. It's 5-year mission, and then it's ongoing mission, and later it's continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations. Kind of sounds like networking, doesn't it? To seek out new life and new civilizations. And here's something near the topic for today. To boldly go where no man has gone before. And I got to thinking about that phrase, which later on evolved into to boldly go where no man, where no one has gone before. The reason that this phrase has really been punching me in the face today, particularly today, is because I've been spending the better part of, the past couple of months boldly going all over the place. What do I mean? In this particular context, I'm thinking about boldly going as specifically as doing new things, trying new ventures, starting new enterprises. Oh, wait, you see what I did there? I didn't even mean to do that. Starting new enterprises, new adventures, new business, doing things that I hadn't done before. And I have to tell you that what has been happening, and maybe this has been the case for you in some areas of your life, what I'm finding is that a couple of things are going on with me mentally and emotionally, and in some cases, quite literally, physically. What in the world am I talking about? There have been about 3 or 4 things over the past couple of months that I've done like for the very first time. For example, it was probably, 3 months ago. Yeah, I'll say 3 months ago that I went over to Now Media Studios and did my very first television appearance, TV interview with my good friend Rick Gutierrez on a show called BNI Now. It was the sort of the flagship television, business television broadcast of the BNI, the organization that I work with. And that was really new for me. Now, look, I've been on stage before, being a singer and entertainer and everything. But this was the first time that I had ever been on camera for no other reason than to sit there and talk to somebody. And what was really interesting and what I found truly fascinating, maybe a pleasant surprise, was the fact that there were people there in the studio and in the viewing audience who were actually interested in what I had to say. What? Yeah. See, sometimes we get into this mindset of, well, who am I? I mean, who do I look at the guy in the mirror? Come on, man. Who do you think you are? Who's going to listen to you? Well, I mean, what have you got to say that's worthwhile, really? That's going to, right? Some people refer to that as imposter syndrome, self-image thing, self-esteem, worthiness, and all of that. Which, by the way, is a separate conversation for another day. But I was very pleased to see that, it got pretty good response and people were sort of talking about the conversation, the interview later, and it was kind of cool. I wasn't really afraid, didn't really feel fear, but I was kind of, okay, a little nervous. Like, nervous in the sense that, I really want to do this right. I really want to do a good job with this. So, and it went well, thank goodness. And then another new thing, more recently, as I think I've mentioned to you, I have started working out with the CrossFit training system. Oh my gosh. Without even trying, I thought they were going to kill me the first day. No, not really. It was a tough workout, but surprisingly enough, I didn't even die. Got through the whole thing, and it didn't kill me. And even not only did it not kill me, I wasn't as agonizingly sore the next day as I had just assumed I would be. So you see, one of the things that did, that first experience with CrossFit, it sort of exploded some stereotypes for me. Blew up some of my assumptions about what it was going to be like. It was actually pretty cool. And you know what's happened since then? Kept going back. I'm in my third week now, halfway through my third week of CrossFit. And you ready for this? I've upgraded from 2 workouts a week to 3. What in the world? No, I'm not. No. You are not going to be seeing me CrossFit Games on ESPN anytime soon. This is not happening. But I'll tell you what. You know what's going on? I was saying to one of the guys in the gym today, I notice. Listen, I haven't turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger, as you can see. He has more hair. What I notice is that my body feels better. Look, and I haven't turned into, as I said, haven't turned into the muscle man or anything. I feel better overall. More energy, feel more, kind of more limber, more relaxed physically. I can get up and down the stairs here in our 3-story townhouse. It's not as much of a struggle to get all the way from the bottom to the top floor as it was 3 weeks ago. I find I'm waking up in the morning, fewer aches and pains. You know how sometimes you get up and, oh man, oh geez, I sure ain't as young as I used to be. You know what I mean? That feeling. I'm having less of that feeling these days. Listen, I'm not claiming any miracles. What I'm saying is 3 weeks of CrossFit, I'm kind of feeling better. All right then, high five me. Fist bump me. And the third thing that's like brand new, as you know, TV show this Friday. By the way, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 noon Central Time on nowmedia.tv. That's where you can find me. I'll tell you that again later. Share that again later. And boy, I'll tell you what. I'm seriously nervous about this one. But you know what? It's really, really cool. And I know it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very cool, having some great conversations with some great guests, and among whom you got to come this Friday. You got to check it out this Friday, either live or on the recording. You know why? One main reason why you got to check out the premiere show this Friday, you're going to get to meet my sister from another mister. Yes. And I ain't telling you nothing about her. You got to come watch. And you'll find out how it is that she came to be my sister from another mister. And a phenomenal business person and networker. But nope, that's all. No spoilers here. You got to come watch. So what's all this mean? All this new stuff. Figuring some things out about boldly going where at least one man has never gone before. You see what I mean? Boldly going where one man has never gone before. What's been the benefits to me so far? Well, number one, it's been really satisfying to conquer fears. Things that I've been nervous about, that I've been concerned about. So, well, can I really do this? Am I going to step on my tongue, fall flat on my face, beat the crap out of myself at this CrossFit thing? Am I going to break my neck and come out like some kind of chump with the people man, what the heck was this guy doing here in the first place? You know what I mean? I was concerned about, really and truly, I was kind of concerned about looking like a chump at my first few CrossFit classes. Until I figured out that, you know what? Everybody in there is kind of wanting everybody else to succeed. How cool is that? Everybody high-fiving, encouraging, pumping each other. Yeah, man, you can do it. You got this. You got this. Right? Not quite what I was expecting. And a pleasant surprise, I must say. So, for me, the whole CrossFit thing has been almost exhibit A in my quest to conquer my fear of beginning the process of getting back in shape. And you know what else is happening? You know what else has been happening with this whole CrossFit thing? I've been I am becoming more encouraged, more emboldened to take on other new things, other stuff I haven't done. It reminds me of a quote. Eleanor Roosevelt, who it was, says, "We gain strength." I love this. Love, love, love this. I'll probably drop it in the chat. We gain strength and courage and confidence by each experience in which we really stop to look fear in the face. We must do that which we think we cannot. That's some good preaching right there, y'all. What do you think? Let me see if I can go ahead and drop this in the chat. There we go. We gain strength and courage and confidence by each experience in which we really stop to look fear in the face. We must do that which we think we cannot. Take a minute, would you please? Take a minute. If you want to close your eyes, you want to reminisce, however you want to think about it. Think back to a time in your life when you were about to do something, you were about to try something, and you were really nervous about it. Try something for the first time, and you were really nervous about it. Maybe you were even a little frightened, a little scared. Like, can I do this? Am I going to fall on my face? What are people going to think? I mean, what if I fail? What if I end up looking stupid? Geez, what if I hurt myself? Whatever the concern was, whatever the thoughts behind the fear. Remember that time? And you went ahead and did it anyway, even when you were afraid, even you faced your fear and you did it anyway. Dr. Susan Jeffers, feel the fear and do it anyway. Remember that? Remember that time? Remember how you felt? Woo! Right? I did it. Maybe I didn't do it perfectly. Doesn't matter. I did it. First time. Oh, actually, that did hurt a little. Shoulder's still a little sore from the CrossFit class, but I'd break my arm patting myself on the back. You did it for the first time. You were nervous, you were afraid, even a little scared. What's going to happen? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? Blah, 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 blah. You did it anyway, and you got it done. You completed it. Was it perfect? Who cares? You did it. High five somebody. Air chest bump somebody for that. You did it. Conquer the fear. Remember, we gain strength and courage and confidence by each experience in which we really stop to look fear in the face. We must do that which we think we cannot. The second thing that I'm finding boldly going is doing. Oh, by the way, the other thing, boldly going, first Star Trek convention ever. Next week, by the way, I shall not be here, at least not hosting next Wednesday. You know, who knows? I may jump on if I have a minute, like at the convention. I may jump on and like hold the phone up and, hey guys, what's up? You know, who knows? We'll see. Anyway, first Star Trek convention. Not that I was nervous about it. It's something that I've always wanted to do. It's going to be great. The second thing that's coming out of this whole boldly going deal for me is it's expanding horizons. Expanding the horizons of possibility, if that makes any sense. Every time we try something new, every time we start something that we haven't done before, every time we, at the very least, make the attempt and go for the thing that makes us afraid, it expands for each of us the realm of things that are now possible to us. Does that make sense? Didn't think I could do this before, but look at this, I did it. Well, now, if I didn't think I could do this before, and I just went ahead and did it, that was kind of cool. You know what? I wonder what else is out there that maybe I didn't think I could do that maybe I actually can do. business opportunity in front of you that you're kind of thinking about it and, oh, gee, I don't know. Can I do this? Am I going to be, is it going to be all right? What if I fail? What if I succeed? Blah, blah, blah. So Richard Branson, if you're offered an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then figure out how to do it later. And in that process of saying yes to the opportunity, really saying yes to yourself, you expand for yourself your mental boundaries, your mental horizons of what is now possible for you. Thought this thing was impossible before, come to find out, it's not impossible anymore. So what else could I try? Let's go. And the third thing, you might actually have some fun. It might actually be an enjoyable, you want to know something? 3rd week in now, don't tell anybody. I'm actually I'm starting to look forward to going to the CrossFit classes now. What the what? Wait, what? Yes, I'm actually looking forward to it now. Why? Because I'm having more fun. I'm enjoying it more. And part of the reason why I'm enjoying it more is because more and more, as we go through every session and different movements and different exercises and dripping gallons of sweat all over the floor, more and more, the end game is becoming clearer to me. What do I mean by the end game? My current medium, long-term goal, whatever it might, wherever you put it on the timeline. My goal, the weight number that I'm looking for, the waistline measurement that I'm looking for. I mean, I don't care how much weight I lift. I know, 500 pounds. Who cares? I don't care about numbers that way. What I care about is that day when I'm going to walk into the house here on the ground floor and bounce my way all the way up to the 3rd floor and not even feel it. That's the kind of numbers I'm looking for. It's a total, by the way, of 39 steps. From the ground floor all the way to the top floor with a master bed. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that a movie? Isn't that an Alfred Hitchcock movie, The 39 Steps? Where does my brain come up with these insane bits of trivia? Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to bounce up those stairs and it ain't nothing no more. I'm looking forward to being able to put on those trousers that have been hanging in my closet for quite a while. And the reason they've been hanging there is because they currently don't fit, but they will. And I'm picturing in my head dropping gallons of sweat on the floor and doing the exercises. I am picturing in my head the guy who's going to walk into the closet and put those pants on. And they're going to fit real nice. So that's the fun for me. Well, part of the fun is the sweat, the exercise, getting the body moving. That's cool. The real fun is in going around picturing in my head what's coming. In fact, what is in fact already here. And now I'm just taking the steps from my body to catch up to what's already here. So, boldly go where you have never gone before. It just occurs to me, one other thing I wanted to mention to you. Sometimes the best reason to do something that you've never done before is because you've never done it before. Just for grins, just to see if you can do it. Now, obviously, we want to stick with things that are safe and legal and ethical, that sort of thing, But why not? Try it. You might actually have fun. You might actually learn something. Holy moly. And good googa mooga, you might even make some money. Yeah, seriously? You might actually make some money. Try it. Go for it. My friends, boldly go. And come back and tell us about it next week, next month. Try something new, go for it. What did it feel like before you started? Were you nervous? Were you a little worried about? And then as you were doing it, as you were working on it, did your thoughts kind of change? Did it become a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more fun? Did it feel a little smoother? And then, holy moly, I did it. Didn't think I could, but I did it. Hey, high five me. Yes. Well, I would love to hear. And maybe you've done that already, been through that experience, tried something new that you were kind of nervous, and you did it, and what did it feel like? I want to hear from you. Talk to me, people. Oh, by the way, doing something new today, going into the studio, recording the very first interview, the very first guest for the TV show. Doing that today. Show premieres on Friday. Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, nowmedia.tv. Let's put it in there. While I'm putting this into the chat, let me hear from you. New experiences, boldly going. What you're working on, what you're trying that you've never done before. What do you think? I know that every one of us in this room can talk about at least one thing we've done recently that we have never done before. We joined the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. I'd love to hear, you might have been a little nervous about it. I'd love to hear about Sandy. Sandy, you have saved the crowd from me continuing to run my mouth. What's on your mind, ma'am?
That's what I had to do. Hi, Glenn. Hi, everyone. Glenn, it's so cool because I can totally relate to what you just talked about from CrossFit. I've done CrossFit for years, a number of years, but it took me a year and a half to go to my first class because I kept talking myself out of it. I thought it was a little bit too old, a little bit too broken, that kind of thing. But as you found out, the CrossFit community is totally different than any regular gym. Regular gyms, you have mirrors and people seem to be competing with each other. CrossFit is not that way. And everything can be modified. If you can't do something, they modify it. And if you can do it in the future, great. If you can't, you stay at the modified level. And then you just work on everything. And there doesn't seem to be any competition except with yourself, which I really like. You just get better every single day that you go to the gym. You're one step ahead. And I had hand surgery early this year, and I can't lift a barbell and I can't lift a dumbbell right now because my wrist doesn't work, but I'm working on that so that I can get back to doing some of the things that I love doing because I really miss CrossFit a lot. So I'm trying to compensate by doing other things here in the farm and yoga, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that was a huge milestone for me to actually go. And yeah, you drip buckets.
Oh boy. Oh my, oh my.
So good for you. I'm happy that you're trying CrossFit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. By the way, thank you, Sandy. That in a way that kind of helps to validate for me, my decision to start up with CrossFit, to know somebody as strong as yourself. By the way, just so you all know, in the 2.5 weeks since I started CrossFit, I have so far lost 8 pounds. Yeah, it ain't easy work. It's plenty hard. It's almost halfway to being half as hard as U.S. Marine boot camp, eh, Mark? See, they really kick your butt over there. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Paris Island, would that be the place? Paris Island, where egos go to die? Yeah. Anyway, what else? Who else has a thought about this thing, this whole idea of trying something new? I would particularly like to hear something that if you were, I was about to say, particularly something if you were nervous about it the first time you did it. Just don't hurt yourself. Well, Stefan, that's an interesting way you put that, and the whole idea, as Sandy was just saying, the whole idea at CrossFit, especially when you're first starting out, is they want to make sure you don't hurt yourself. As a matter of fact, my trainer, my coach over there, a nice guy named Christian, has been saying, Glenn, wait, if it hurts, if it's like pain, don't do it. He says the idea here is to make you better, not worse. So yeah, the whole thing is like, please don't hurt yourself. Allie, what's happening? Nice to see you. What's on your mind? Let me hear.
Hi Glenn. Sorry, I haven't got my camera working here on this machine, but yeah, I do kind of half an hour, 3/4 of an hour cycling every day, and I love it, and it's brilliant. But I wasn't getting feeling as fit as I wanted to feel. So I thought, and I was going to do some heavy cycling up in Scotland. So I thought I need to get myself a bit fitter for this. Ooh. So I went to I thought, right, I must go to a spinning class in gyms. Now I have a bit of a phobia with gyms. Okay. I don't really like being in kind of enclosed spaces to exercise, and I do find them pretty intimidating with everyone looking super fit, and I didn't really know what went on in a spinning class either, and what to do with the bike and how to work the bike and all of these things. So I had put it off, and then it was literally 2 weeks before I was going to go to Scotland, and so I thought, right, I've got to do this. So I went, and it just takes one class, and then you know all the ropes, obviously. Mm-hmm. Everyone's just lovely, and now I feel fully comfortable going in there and doing it, and it's just increased. I know I was fitter going into my ride in Scotland, and I'm going to continue with it. And it's been something that I've always thought I should do, and it's brilliant. Just go out there and do it. It only takes the one time to feel comfortable.
Excellent. And I noticed, Allie, that you said one of the things that kind of got you in the door to the spinning class was you decided to quit shooting all over yourself. I should. Oh, shut up. Let's just go. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent. Congratulations. How was the ride up in the heather on the hills and all?
That was just absolutely beautiful.
Excellent.
If you ever get a chance, western coast of Scotland is unreal. Stunning.
Haven't been to the western coast yet. Been to Edinburgh and to Aberdeen. Wonderful weather they have up in Aberdeen. Listen, you think Allie knows I'm kidding around. Like, for example, a perfect summer's day in Aberdeen, Scotland, 65 degrees, about 17 Celsius, and it probably won't rain. That's a perfect summer day in Aberdeen.
Well, can you believe it? There was an absolute heat wave going on in the rest of England. Yeah. And that's when I was up in Scotland. So we had the perfect weather because it was beautiful sunshine, but a beautiful cool breeze, which was just so unusual.
Nice.
So yes, we were very lucky.
Well, there you go. Excellent. So what else? Oh, it reminds me. Hey, there's the Money Mama. What's happening, Lindsay? Good to see you. Mandy has joined up with us. Nice to see you all popping up. And Ace is here, literally sitting in the final frontier. Gotta love it, Ace. Hey, Ingrid, good to see you. And I was just thinking of something else that I did that was kind of new. No, totally new. Went and lived in the Middle East for 10 years. Hey, Jane. Welcome. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you, Jane. Lived in the Middle East for 10 years. Had never had a mailing address outside the U.S. And went over there, and I got to tell you, certain things I was terrified about. I'll tell you one of them. I'll illustrate one of the things I was terrified about by means of a story. Got on a plane, flew over there, 17 hours in the air, flew over from New York to, at that time, to Doha, Qatar. Plane landed, taxiing down the runway, and I look out the window, and there's a supermarket. I could tell it was a supermarket because it was the name. You know, you could see the food, the price signs in the windows, and there was the name, Mega Mart Supermarket. And I thought, oh, thank God they have signs in English. I was absolutely terrified that I'd have to, that I'd complete immersion and I'd have to learn to speak Arabic and people would be laughing and I could never get anything done because I didn't speak a word of Arabic. Not to worry. I didn't learn a lot of Arabic, but I got along for 10 years without becoming fluent in Arabic. So, you know, another fear debunked. Who knew? Stefan, what's on your mind, my friend? Talk to me.
Hang on one second.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do a little something here, too. There you go.
There we go. I had to put you on speaker because my headphones suck.
Hey, everybody, we know what to get Stefan for Christmas this year. Go ahead, my man. Oh, you just muted yourself. Sorry.
I said money and equipment.
There you go.
Yeah, no, what you were just talking about traveling when learning the language. When I was, when I first got out of college, I moved to Germany for a year as an exchange student, and it was through the State Department. So like they choose 600, they choose 75 people each year to go across, and I think the applicant pool is like 600 or 700. So it was a pretty rigorous process. But regardless, I had a goal that I would learn the language within 6 months, and needless to say, that kind of scared the crap out of me.
No doubt.
Because literally I knew how to ask for a beer, ask for a bathroom, ask for a hot dog, and where's the taxi? That count to 10. That's about it.
Yep.
And within 6 months I was mostly fluent, and by the time I left, my ex told me that I was talking in my sleep in German.
What? Let's see. This is when you know you're fluent, when you start dreaming in the language.
Especially when you say things that are just really weird, like, I wish I was a barrel of Augustiner beer.
I wish I was about. Well, I cannot say. I cannot. I truthfully cannot say that is a wish I've ever entertained. But hey, bro,
I never did either. Apparently in my sleep.
Wow. I wish I were. That's interesting. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what. So, new things, seriously. This is a big deal to me. You know, one of the people that I admire most in the whole wide world, my mama, Mrs. Eleanor Henderson. Let me tell you the story of my mama, Mrs. Eleanor Henderson. She dropped out, born in Mount Olive, North Carolina. I'd be willing to bet there's probably more people living in the apartment building down the street from you than there are in Mount Olive, North Carolina. It's a teeny weeny little. Anyway, she was born and raised there, went to Shaw University, or in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, or at least she started at Shaw, studying at Shaw University, dropped out of school to get married to a much older man, Mr. Otis Henderson. They got married, had 4 kids. They moved to Brooklyn, New York, got married, raised 4 kids in New York, put us all through school, saw us all through school, and when the last of us had graduated, Mama went back to school. Something new. Went back to school, got her degree in psychology from Brooklyn College, went to graduate school. You ready for this? My mama, was the first person in our family to earn a master's degree. Master's in social work from New York University, and she graduated at the age of 50.
That's awesome.
In the first place, don't talk to me about it's too late. Don't talk to me about you're too old. I don't want to hear it. Got 2 words for you. Eleanor Henderson. And the other thing, she must have been terrified. I've never asked her, per se, but she must have been pretty darn nervous about going back to school after all these many years. Can you imagine raising a family, doing the whole thing, and then going back. Well, yeah, we talk about it these days because, it's a different time. But imagine 20, 30 years, whenever it was, years ago, my mother doing this. I'll guarantee you she was by far and away the oldest person in the class, in all of her classes. And she did it anyway and got it done. Had a wonderful career as a teacher and guidance counselor in New York City, retired some years ago. So try it. Go for it. Might learn something, might even have some fun. Stefan, what else is on your mind, my friend?
I just wanted to bring up what you're talking about that. My mom, she went to college when I think she was 65.
Mm-hmm.
And then she broke her shoulder and was facing having to redo the whole thing because they wouldn't give her the time off needed for, to recover.
What?
So she taught herself to write with her left hand.
Wow. Whatever it takes, huh? Whatever it takes. I'm telling you.
Lovely.
Holy moly, this is fantastic. Really, really good. Well, listen, unless there's any final thoughts, questions, comments, what's on your mind, we're going to go ahead and adjourn. Oh, wait a minute. Well, hello, Clarice.
Dr. Lecter. Okay,
She does that so well.
Dr. Lecter. What was the original question?
The original question was about doing things that you've never done before, going for it, trying something new. You'll conquer a fear. You expand the horizons of what's now possible for you. You might even have some fun.
You're right, because when I first came on here, and I'm usually out walking or something, is why my camera's always off. And but raising my hand and actually speaking from all y'all, that was pretty
terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, not as bad as my first Facebook Live, because that was like,
wow,
that was really terrifying. Because I was like, okay, I'm supposed to talk to. Oh, it's a phone. What do we use it for? I would talk to it, but why can't I talk? I can talk on it, but why can't I talk to it? But there was no dialogue there. Is I think was the main reason. But I still, it still is. I hesitate before I hit the raise hand because I don't know why. I'm not scared to talk to you guys. I like all of you, but I'm just saying it's just one of those things I'm not so comfortable doing. And I mean but I'm getting better. I'm doing it. And I'm not, and the ums are not as many as they used to be. So hey, we're going somewhere.
It's true. Progress is perfection. Lindsay, see what I did there? Lindsay, it occurs to me that you might be one of the bravest people I know.
Well, thank you.
Why?
Why?
Because you're still nervous about raising your hand to speak, to make a comment, and you keep doing it anyway. Come on, y'all. Lindsay Dollar.
Well, I just
See, this is the thing, and I emphasize this. I'm thinking more and more about this. You hear people say it all the time. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the choice to act in spite of fear. You can talk about this, Mark. Marines, soldiers, military, people in combat situations. And you read about them performing what sound like these amazing acts of heroism and wading into the gunfire and all, right? And saving their platoon and winning the battle and everything. They don't do these things because they're not afraid. Mm-hmm. They do these things because they are afraid, and yet they choose to act anyway. Am I right, Mark? Does that sound about right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think some of the training and those kind of things
sure
help us take action without real thought or analysis.
Right, without getting bogged down in that maelstrom of our own feelings and fears and stuff. Training, love it. So back to you, Miss Brave Lindsay Dollar. This is the thing. Brave people with courage, don't get that way because the fear goes away. They get that way because they feel the fear and act anyway. And that is a big deal. I want you to sit and think about this for a minute, Lindsay. This is a big deal. This is a big deal for all of us. Feel fear, feel nervousness, and act anyway. Here you go, girl.
Thanks.
Hello. Nice.
Nice.
Mandy Anderson, our good friend. What's happening?
Hi, Glenn. I love this subject. You know how much I love Susan Jeffers anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I read her book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, quite a few times. And I think that has stayed with me because like what you've been saying. But you reminded me of something. It was one thing I thought about, but you reminded me of something else. I didn't learn to swim till I was 35.
Wow.
And my counselor said, you've got to go into, you put a toe in the water, literally, you've got to go and learn to swim. It took me a term, there was me and another guy, I think, took me a term to get in the water. I was so terrified.
It took you a whole semester just to go.
Yeah, I think it might not have been quite that long, but it definitely felt like it. I mean, it was really, if you look back at it, it was really stupid, but it took us, and that was in the training pool, and it was like, oh my God. But I'm so pleased I did it. It took us about 3 terms to then get used to it. And I've only just started getting into the deep end. My son got me into the deep end. But it opened so much more by being able to swim, because I love swimming now. I mean, I don't know if I couldn't swim long distances, but I can swim up and down the pool and everything. I just love doing it. And the other time, back to my son again, was when I had to do the roller coasters. And I was absolutely petrified. And he knew that. I kept saying for a year, because he wasn't tall enough, I am not doing that roller coaster. And it was an easy one. I was like, I'm not doing that roller coaster. And then he said, I want to do it. And I had to do it with him because it was like, I was so scared. I don't like that one. But I've got on the other ones and bit by bit, I just got onto it and then believed in what was holding me in, and saying that if it's holding me in, it's going to be all right. You have to believe in what's holding you in. And if I can put my feet on something and hold it there, it's good. But yeah, I love them now as well. And I just feel that that is so true. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And Susan Jeffers explains it so well. And if you can just do it, what it opens for you is so amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant topic. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right back to it again. And I think we shall wrap up with this. Thank you so much, Mandy. That's the whole thing. Feel the fear and act anyway. Eleanor Roosevelt, back to it, right? We gain strength and courage and confidence by each experience in which we really stop to look fear in the face. We must do that which we think we cannot. Yes. Front seat, front car. Love it. Hands up. Woo! That's how I rode Space Mountain, Walt Disney World for the first time. Right in the front row. Yes, sirree. What a fabulous time. And if y'all will excuse me, I'm now going to go and embark on my career as a TV guy. Can you believe this? This is amazing. It's just holy moly. Yes, sirree. So, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, nowmedia.tv. Come check us out. Networking Now. Come meet my sister from another mister. And tonight, again, 6 o'clock, hospitality suite right after this. And then 6 p.m., our good friend, Professor Adrienne Garner, Life and Business Tools, 6 p.m. Eastern. And Lindsay, are you listening, Clarice? Are you listening? Yes, we are back tonight. Woohoo! Networking Now, 9 p.m. Eastern. See y'all tonight. Listen, make it a fabulous day. Y'all know you deserve it, right? Live long and prosper, my friends. See you soon. Bye for now.